Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Nikki Zick, and today I'm going to be focusing on a floral design using the masking liquid frisket and watercolor paints with the addition of some permanent marker fine line details in the background. So this is what a mixed media artwork that I've been working on looks like, and we're going to do it today together. So let's get it started. I already sketched my two flowers that are prominent in the design, and I'm going to get my masking liquid ready to go. I dip the paintbrush right into the bottle and use your fine detail brush, but not one that is your favorite, because after a few paintings the brush does get a little frayed on the edge and you can't use it anymore. So right now I want to paint a semi thick line, opaque, so that way when we paint over with the watercolor and remove it, the white of the paper will show through. So keep your line thin but thick on the overlay. So float your paint on top and let it glide, and don't let your brush dry out too much. If you need to keep dipping in like I do, that's the technique. You want to see the blue solid color line of the frisket, so you know that you're going to have a nice resist mark when you remove the frisket from the paper. So right now I'm just going around each petal with the frisket, and then I'll do the detail lines. But right now we're concentrating on the petals and their form. I did a 5-petal flower. You could do 6, but I like the 5-petal layout. And just curve the petals. Each could be different shapes. Make it more regular, and it makes it more interesting to have the curves on the outside. Okay, and we'll do the center of the flower. Then we'll work our way on the top. We'll do the center first, the outer ring, and then we'll go into the petals one by one, making sure you have enough coverage of the blue frisket. And just go around the edges. And it's the same repetitive idea that we did on the bottom flower. I'm doing on the top. I'm trying not to do it too quickly, so that way the paint sits on top of the frisket. And like I said before, you'll have a nice clean white mark when you remove and after you paint it. So now I'm going to come back down to the bottom and do some line details in each petal, radiating out from the center. And try to keep your lines as thin as possible with the brush that you're using. Mine is a number, what is this? A number 1 detail brush. I think next I'll use a 0 so I can get even finer lines. But right now the number 1 is working out well for me. And you gotta look through your brushes and see which one gives you the line work that you want to achieve. So we're going around each petal and adding the lines. Here's the final petal on the bottom flower. And this colorway I did more of a pink and violet with some accents of orange. and it's more of a warm colorway. I did make another video with same idea but in blues and purples. You can find that on my playlist in the videos. And if you are new to the channel, please hit subscribe so that way you'll be alerted of new videos that I post. And if you like the video so far, please hit that you like it, thumbs up. Now we're going to add some dashes in the background that will be white as they are here in my artwork piece reference. Just do some random dots here and there, dashes in between the flowers. I did it on the top right, the top left, the middle right, and the bottom right with the dashed lines. Okay, now we have to let all of the first get dry. Let me do that one a little bit more. Cover it up. Oh, it collects a lot of, it's like a rubber-based paint that turns into resist painting. I really enjoy using this medium. I used it a lot in college, and I was happy to see it back online to purchase. So here's my brush. As long as you clean it at the end and during the process of painting, you will be able to still get your tip. So I allocate that brush for my frisket. All right, next we're going to get our paints ready. I'm going to start with a red violet in the upper left-hand corner. You want your paint to be medium consistency, slightly creamy, so that way we get nice darks. Go down the edge. Make sure you paint over the tape edge, so that way you have a nice border. I'm going to go on the bottom right. Now I'm going to use some clean water and blend out the red violet on the top and blend it out on the bottom. Then I'm going to go into my hot pink, my favorite go-to color, my magenta, and my palette. Get it ready to a nice creamy consistency. I'm going to put some right near the violet. Let it blend up. Over on the other side of the violet, on the bottom right, left. I'm having a hard time with my right and lefts today. And some on the top, on that flower, blending into the purple. Next we'll use a cherry red and go in between the pink areas with the cherry red. On the top right. And just make sure you cover all of your resist marks. Then we're going to go in some orange and blend everything. You can use wet brush at this time, blending all the colors, getting your borders, and painting all your flowers and background. Now we have to wait about, I'd say, 15 minutes for the artwork to fully dry. Maybe I'll put a little more purple here and there. So we'll wait 15 minutes and we'll be right back to do the next step. I'll show you close, actually, how the resist line looks before it's dry. We'll be right back. Okay, our artwork is fully dry, and now I'm going to use my a cement picker upper. It's a rubber square that I use to remove the frisket, and I do downward motions across the artwork, and it exposes the white of the paper where we painted the liquid frisket. And we just move it along, and it'll start to collect on itself. As you see here, the rubber is all connecting to each other, and sometimes you can get it all in one piece, but it doesn't matter if you go back and forth. And you just go down the artwork and get every last piece of the masking fluid off your artwork. Throw this away. This is a great tool. Some people use their finger, but I don't like that method. So now the last thing that we're going to do is with the permanent marker. I have a Ahu marker. It has 2 points. One end is a chisel tip. I'm not using the wide side today, but the other side is a fine point, and that's what we're going to use today. And I'm going to draw some sprigs of leaves in the background with the permanent marker. Just draw a line and then some leaves connecting. We'll do one over here. And it's just to fill in the background with some more interest. I could do one this way. And another medium as the marker. And I'm going to start to do some dashes in the background here around the leaf. Some pink dashes in this area, random pattern, like what I did for the white. Just some dashes on here and there. We'll do some in the purple area. Shows up more in the pink. And then we could do some dashes on the top right. And then some in the center here, where the other sprig is. And just go down into the center. Do some on the edge. And that's our finished piece. We'll remove our tape to show the clean edge of the artwork. The top. And then the left side. Our tape is gone. And this is our finished artwork. And there is one more thing that I'd like to do to this piece, is add the line work detail. So I'm going to get my fine pen point again. I'm going to draw a circle around the center dot, and then another circle around the edge. And now I'm going to follow my white petal lines that I did originally with the white masking fluid, and I'm going to draw in that negative white area with the marker on this flower only to give it a lot more detail, and go around the edge, and then go down the lines in the center of the leaves, the petals, and follow around and give it form and shape. I really like this addition of the marker because it gives a nice clean look and a crisp line from the permanent markers. Then we'll remove it from our color block. This one, the opening is over here on the uppermost paper, and glide your palette knife around. Slowly go around the edges and the corners. And then it pops right off. You have a clean piece of paper. You could frame this and put it in your home or office, or you could send it to a friend and then they could frame it. This is a 5x7 postcard format. So hope you like this video, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.